Zahtar is a Middle Eastern seasoning spice. The sumac does provide a little bit of acidity to the dish, and it just has a really nice flavor to it. My grocery store is starting to carry air-chilled chickens, and I'm a really big fan of them. I think they have really good flavor to them. I like to keep it on the bone and with the skin on it. It has a tendency to stay juicier and also, I think, more flavorful. On either side of the leg, where the meat joins the breast, you want to make a slight incision there, and then pop the legs back like this, and they'll actually pop right out of their sockets. The wings, just make a quick cut around either side. And then we're gonna cut through the rib cage here, just leaving the back still attached. So with a sharp knife, you should be able to cut directly through at a slight angle towards the cutting board. Pop it back like that. Usually when you're doing any sort of butchering, it makes a lot more sense to make sort of small cuts rather than making a very big swath, which you may regret later. So by making little cuts, you should be able to get most of that meat. There's a little pocket in here they call the oyster. You want to try and keep that attached because it's pretty flavorful. Now to marinate our chicken, I want to use a couple tablespoons of the Zahtar, a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, I want to say about a quarter cup, a tablespoon lemon juice, half a lemon will probably accomplish that, a spoon or so of salt, and a little bit of garlic. You want to get it to it dissolves into a paste so it evenly gets distributed. You can use the side of your knife actually to work the garlic into a little bit of a paste here and give it a good wrap. A little bit of salt in there, and that'll actually help to form a little bit of a grit. And then with the side of the knife, and you want a knife that's got a point, you can just mash that into a paste. And just remember, anything you chop in this same spot is going to taste like garlic afterwards. You can do this in a bowl, but if you've got a baggie, you can just put it all into that. And then just work that in so that all the pieces of the chicken are coated nice and evenly. When you're ready to cook the chicken, you want to bring it out, let it come to room temperature, pop that in the oven while we make our salad. And pine nut dressing. There's a little bit of a riff on a tahini dressing. You want it to be sort of the consistency of a thick dressing, almost the consistency of maybe your favorite Caesar salad dressing. Slice up a couple radishes, drizzle in a little bit of the dressing, just enough to coat. Toss them around either with your hands or a pair of tongs. Bake your chicken in the oven for about 10-15 minutes for your white meat, maybe 5-10 minutes longer for the dark meat, and last couple minutes just run it under the broiler just to crispen the skin up a little bit.
Looks beautiful. The color is incredible.
The Zahtar is just a new seasoning I've been playing with a little bit. They're really bright and fresh. I immediately think it would be great with a glass of RSB.
It's just the right balance of spice and fresh citrus with the salad. They both complement each other. You can't really pull it apart. Each component of the wine and the food complement each other, and I think it's perfect.
One of the things I really enjoyed last year was I got to sit on a tasting with you and Bruce, and I think we went back probably 10 years. I always think of Sauvignon Blanc as bright and it's fresh and it's crisp, but one of the really eye-opening or enlightening things for me was to be a part of that tasting and see how, you know, a few years out that the wines change, but you know, they're just really delightful to drink.
Sauvignon Blanc is underestimated for its ageability, and I have gone back and are very surprised at how well they hold up. And I think it's their acidic structure and balance that promotes that ageability.